A little video today. Got a Mazda behind me that was stickered up for a learner vehicle through our fleet company that we do all the work for, and the person who was giving the car back to the fleet company at the end of the lease thought it'd be a good idea to use a Brillo pad to take off all the decals. It's a little bit hard to get it to show because it's a light colour, but if you can see there, all the way across the bonnet where it's had the graphics on, so as I move up you can see it's nice and shiny as it should be. It's a 23 plate car, so it's practically brand new. But then look. So our job today is to do some polishing. There's a little bit of sticky residue left on it. So what we're going to do first of all is give it a wipe down with a tar and glue remover to remove all that. And then we'll get on to some polishing. I've got the lighting set up and the camera set up for doing the actual video, but I wanted to try and show you with another camera how bad it actually is across the bonnet. The lighting that I've set up does help highlight it. You can see whoever decided to remove these stickers wasn't trained at all. They've made a right mess, but nothing that some machine polishing won't recover. So let's get on with the video. So the polishing system we use is the Cartec system. The main polish is the Diamond Cut 3000, which is a really good cutting power. Pretty deep scratches it'll take out, it's the most coarse one that they do. And then generally you skip the 5000 and move on to the 9000 to finish. That's what we'll be doing today. We'll be using the 3000 Diamond Cut first with the green pad, and then we'll be moving on to the final cut 9000 with a white pad, and that should recover the bonnet back to what it should look like. So you don't need much buffing compound, just need to put a couple of blobs around your buffing pad like that.
I've been giving you the worst of me. Now you wanna stay the night. Pretty how you work hard for me, but forgetting how to talk. Nah, I don't like no humble beats. Just go and slice it up. Now it's time to marry me, and right after we're done. I like it when you're looking like that. I like it when you check.
So the paint meter we're using is from NexDiag. Not an expensive one, I think it cost me about £150. But I've not used it since I got my new phone, and you have to connect it to the app on the phone. So I'm just going to get it connected up to the app, and then we'll crack on with measuring the paint. So we're now going to take a few readings with the paint gauge. So we're reading 75 and it says original paint. On the side that we've done some polishing on, we're reading 77 and original paint. So we're not taking too much off, but it's always good to check. So we've had another good pass, and let's have another look and see whether 4 passes have started to get us back to where we need. Now we have got a shine across all of it now, but I can still see some scratches in the light, so we want to go a little bit further. I'm just going to connect the paint gauge back up to the app and do another check. just taken me a good 10 minutes to figure out how to get this connected again, because I've not used it since I did the update to the iPhone 15 Pro Max. I had to delete the app, reload the app on, then it connected straight away. So I'm just connecting it back up, or attempting to. It should do it automatic when you turn it on, but it's appearing not to be again. Try closing the app and then reopening it, see if that works. Yep, that works straight away. So there we go, we're connected. So again, on something that we haven't buffed, we're getting a reading of 73, 64, 71, and then on the areas we are buffing, 68, 72, 68. So I'm limited to what I can do now. I'll try and get it in shot for you and go back to the measurements. So, some of the reports are coming up in yellow, which I'll just take another measurement so it shows you what actually comes up on screen. Let me see if I can get this in shot. So when you take the measurement, it was down here where it was low, it actually comes up saying paint layer is too thin. Just try and get that out of the light there. Paint layer is too thin. So I don't want to do any more really on this side, because we don't want to end up going through and having to paint the bonnet. So I'm going to look now at doing this side.
I've been giving you the worst of me. Now you wanna stay the night.
Need a battery swap. Batteries on these flex last not too long, as you've seen, but they do come with two batteries, so you always got one on charge, and they charge quickly, so you're never actually stuck without it. I am looking at upgrading to a new cordless buffer, a rotary one anyway, but I'm still trying to get Kovacs to send me one. I'm wanting to try one of theirs, but I'm not getting much joy, but I'm sure I'll get one eventually. Now we've only had one pass on this side, but we're already starting to see improvements. There's still quite a few marks up here. Down here it's still quite bad. The bit where it was getting thin is not so bad. So I'm probably going to have another little try up this area to get this a little bit better, because that were a little bit thicker when I measured the paint, and we'll work some more on this area. So try and show you now. You can see still quite bad up there, but down here we're looking a lot better. Obviously we've only had one pass up here, so it's still quite bad, but with the paint being thin I have to really keep an eye on what I'm doing. Keep doing a little bit of machine polishing, and then obviously do a measure again and keep taking random measurements across all the areas to make sure we don't go through. One thing a lot of people who are machine polishing do is let the pad get clogged up like that and keep polishing. It doesn't actually carry on polishing when you're blocked up like that. This is something I've imported from America, probably available in the UK now, but I've had it a number of years. And what this actually does is clean your pad up for you, conditions it, and gets it back to how it'll work the best. You then just give it a quick spin to dry it back off. And then you have a nice clean pad to work with where it'll do its best work. The only thing is, as you can see, once you've had this in water, you do then tend to get a little bit of flick off. So there's some cleaning up to do once this is done.
I don't like no humble beats. Just go and suss it up. Now it's time to marinate. And right after we're done, I've been giving you the worst.
Let's see if we're any better. Yeah, we're now starting to look pretty good. So I've got a little area here that needs a final polish.
Now I don't like no humble beats. Just go and suss it up. Now it's time to marinate.
So we're looking a lot better now. Get this right hand side done again.
I've been giving you the worst of me. Now you wanna stay the night. Pity how you work hard for me. But forgetting how to talk. I don't like no humble beats. Just go and suss it up. Now it's time to marinate. And right after we're done, looking when you're looking like
We'll get this cleaned off and then have another look at it under the light. Hopefully we're getting somewhere now. We're okay apart from this area. So we need to do a little bit more work.
I've been giving you the worst of me. Now you wanna stay the night. Pity how you work hard for me. Why forgetting how to talk? I don't like no humble beats. Just go and suss it up. Now it's time to marinate.
Alright. With a 3000, I think we've pretty much done all we can without risking going through. Because I've still got to go over it with a 9000. What I'm just going to do is use the iPhone again, which is pretty good for video, and try and show you that still see a little bit if you look where the strip light is. But pretty much we've got a shine now across most of it. And the camera does actually pick up quite a lot. It doesn't look too bad now. It looked a lot worse. You can see there's still a little bit. In fact, I'm going to go over that side again with the 3000. But then we're going to be more or less ready to give the whole lot a 9000.
Pity how you work hard for me. Why forgetting how to talk? Nah, I don't like no humble beats. Just go and suss it up. Now it's time to
That's as much as I dare go on that side now. Just a little bit more on this area.
I've been giving you the worst of me. Now you wanna stay the night. Pity how you work hard for me. Why forgetting how to talk?
So we'll get this cleaned off now. I mean, looking at it just straight on, it's got a lovely gloss back on it. If you look at an angle into the lights, you can see some of the deeper scratches, which I'm not going to attempt to go any further. I'm going to do a few more measurements, but I'm pretty sure that we don't want to go any further, because I don't want to risk having to tell the fleet company who I do the work for that we now have to paint your bonnet. Because they're not overly picky with the work either, so they look at this, and although it's not perfect, they will be very happy with it. It could be good enough to send out to another customer. Obviously they couldn't send it out how it was. We're getting readings anything between 65, 76 in the middle there, where we've done a few more passes. It's actually measuring at 73, but we are still back to, if you're measuring here, the yellow paint too thin. The upper areas where we've not done much buffing at all, they're showing actually the thinnest. But so we'll move on now, and we'll give it a pass with a 9000 to put a bit of gloss back onto it. Now for the eagle-eyed people watching this, you'll see that I dropped the pad on the floor, the white one. So we're just going to give it a quick wash and a quick clean, get a little bit of moisture in it as well, because we changed to the white pad, and we're actually going to be using the DA buffer rather than the rotary for doing the final finish. So we're switching to the 9000 compound now, and we'll be giving the full bonnet some finishing polishing.
I've been giving you the worst of me. Now you wanna stay the night. Pity how you work hard for me. Why forgetting how to talk? Nah, I don't like no humble beats. Just go and spice it up. Now it's time to marry me. And right after we're done, I like it when you're looking like that.
Actually coming up quite nice. Under the lights in the workshop you can still see a few bits, but once it gets outside it'll be passable. But we've gone as far as we can go without risking going through and having to paint the panel which is the last thing that we want to do. So what we're going to do now is move on to the left hand side, give that a polish as well with a 9000, and then the bonnet's done. They have actually done the rest of the car as well. So I've got to work round the tailgate, the doors, and I'll have to have a look and see where else the Brillo padded.
Now you wanna stay the night. Pity how you work hard for me, but forgetting how to talk. Now I don't like a humble bitch. Just go and suss it up. Now it's time to marinate. And right after we're done.
So we've now given the whole bonnet a going over with a 9000 compound, and to finish off I'm going to go and get the polish from the Cartec range as well and just run with the DA just a little bit of polish over just to put some protection back on the bonnet. So we're onto the black waffle head to do the polish, and it's literally just to get a coat of polish over, slow speed, just to get a full coat over the whole bonnet. And coat on. Got a nice coat over the whole bonnet. We'll leave that to dry for about 5 minutes, and then we'll polish it off, and then I'll send the video around just to show the bonnet from a few angles. So the polish has had 5 minutes to go off, and now it's just a case of giving it a nice wipe away. Getting a nice gloss up on the bonnet. And then we can show you the finished job. Right, so you can see I've got a nice gloss on it again. It's not perfect, but the fleet company will be happy with that. It does the job for them. They certainly wouldn't want to pay for it painting, and once it's outside and not under the workshop lights, the gloss will be there, you'll not see the scratches, and it's actually turned out quite nice. See you on the next one, guys.